Hi everyone, it's me, ya boy, but animated. What a surprise, right? So some of y'all know this, but some of you don't. It's probably the most important part of me, truthfully. So, here goes. I don't like soup. Like, at all. Shocking, right? See, the reason I'm making this is because every time I mention this to someone, they act like I just kicked their puppy across the yard. I don't know what it is about this state or the people in it, but every single person I have ever met enjoys soup. I don't get your fascinations with it. Can it warm you up? Sure, but so can a blankie or a hot shower. There's so many alternatives in your meat and carrot water. I don't get it. It's the nastiest stuff out there. It tastes like savory water with chunks of stuff in it. Anyways, I'm just gonna give my issues to you in a clean and clear way so nobody has to ask me to explain myself for a half an hour again. Reason number one, I'm a texture person. It feels like vomit to me. Now let me explain before y'all start yelling at me. I've had a fear of vomit my whole life. I hate the sound, the sight, the taste, the feeling, you name it, I hate it. And as for soup, it hits all the criteria for vomit. It's warm, chunky, also liquidy. It just reminds me too much of throwing up. Reverse throwing up. Nasty. Even if there's no chunks in it, it's still too liquidy and it's just gross. Now typically this is when people ask why I have such an aversion to throwing up. So small story time. When I was little, I almost died because I stopped eating. I had a stomach flu and I convinced myself that every time I ate I'd just vom, and I did. I couldn't keep anything down, and after a few days of this nonstop, my parents took me to a hospital where I was hooked up to an IV so I could actually get some fluids in me. Fun fact, the doctor said if they waited one more day, I would have died. This is where I think my fear comes from, but I'm not fully sure. Either way, soup reminds me of barf, and it's the worst thing for all of us. Reason number two, I hate the taste. Like I said before, it tastes like savory water. It tastes way too much like water, which is the reason I don't like tea and why I'm specific to my coffee. But that's another story. Here's the thing about water, if you want to flavor it, you have to make it fruity or else it sucks. That's just the truth. Fruity soup sounds nasty, but I guess that's just cereal. Speaking of which, people ask me my opinions on cereal since they're pretty similar in concept. Truth is, I really like cereal. Because it's not warm. Reason number three, it's hot. Okay, even I'll admit this is a weird one, but I'm putting it in because it's not just soup that does this to me. It's why I like cereal, get my coffee iced, and I prefer apple juice over apple cider. For some reason, whenever I eat or drink something hot, it makes my stomach hurt pretty badly. I really don't know what it is, but it is what it is. It just makes me uncomfy, and I try to avoid hot/warm liquidy stuff as much as possible. I also can't stand the way vegetables get so mushy and warm. It's like baby food, but for bad babies. Here's some runner-ups for stuff that I also don't like for similar reason as a soup. Hot coffee, hot chocolate, smoothies, milkshakes, oatmeal, mashed potatoes, and sometimes pie. Now for a few soup exceptions. Now before y'all start saying I'm a hypocrite, just wait and listen. Okay, so here's my exceptions. 1, ramen. I really like ramen because while it is a soup, you still don't have to eat the broth with it. You can just eat the noodles and call it a day. 2, chicken noodle soup. Same thing as ramen, you technically don't have to eat the broth, you can just eat the noodles. 3, potato soup. See, this one I'm neutral on. I'll eat a little bit of it, but I can't eat too much or I'll gag. I just eat the potato chunks, but even then it's still too nasty. Now here's a few runner-ups for stuff that I like that are similar to soup, but for some reason I can still eat. Pudding, tapioca, cottage cheese, sometimes, applesauce, cereal, and ice cream. These things I don't really have a reason for, my body's just kinda weird. I'll be honest with you guys, I want to enjoy soup. I want to be a part of the soup club and understand why soups taste so good for you. I just can't force myself to enjoy it. The only time I'll willingly eat soup is if your mom makes it from scratch. I'll just put it on a brave face, hope I don't gag, and choke it down. I bet it tastes fantastic, but I just can't enjoy it. I feel like everyone around me is a soup connoisseur, and I'm over here like a non-soup heathen, a non-soup gremlin, a filthy non-soup baby rolling around in the mud. This Cinderella isn't allowed to the soup bowl, and it's not because she doesn't have a dress. Even the fairy godmother saw that she hated soup and said, "You are a nasty child." And Souperella was forced to stay home and cry and make pea soup for 3 days straight. What am I talking about? Where was I going with this? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my TED Talk. I don't ever want to have to explain this again. Hope you absorbed all that info. Yeah. Bye.